This has recently become my favorite behind the scenes and POV camera. This is the actual camera, and this is the action pod that has a little screen, and combined, it actually feels like a tiny camera. So on the actual camera, you have contact points that allow you to charge it with the action pod, and it gets locked in pretty strongly. You have to press the unlock button to release the actual camera. You have a USB-C port here. You have speakers, a power button here on the side that's also tactile. You also have a quick button here that allows you to set it to access quickly a preset or a shooting mode. A feature that I really enjoy about this camera, and it's also in other Insta360 cameras as well, is that you can press the shutter button here when the camera is off, and the camera will turn on and start quick capture video. And once you press the shutter button again, then the camera not only stops recording, but it also shuts off as well. So this is very handy when you are out and about and you want to conserve battery as well. The action pod has a touch screen that can flip up, which allows you to turn this into a mini vlogging camera because now you're able to see yourself. The actual camera has also a button that is flush to the body that doesn't really look like a button, but is flushed into the body, and if you press it, you're able to turn the camera on and off. You're able to start and stop recording or take a photo. Another very cool feature too, it makes it super versatile, is the fact that the standalone camera here is fully waterproof up to 10 meters. The action pod, it's not waterproof, only splash proof. So make sure that you don't submerge this in water. And yeah, my favorite feature about this camera is that both the action pod and the standalone camera are both magnetized. I'm able to attach the bottom of this action pod and camera to a metal surface. Keep in mind that only the bottom of this is magnetized here, so not the screen, because you have the screen here, not the sides nor the top, just the bottom here. The standalone camera is magnetized at the back here, so you're able to attach this to different surfaces and get very creative shots. This camera has a 1/1.28 inch sensor, which is bigger than the sensor on the Go 3S, which was 1/2.3 inches. You get 50 megapixel photos, which are pretty decent in ample lighting scenarios, but they're not as great in low lighting situations. You get 4K up to 60 frames per second, and in HD, you're able to shoot in super slow motion up to 240 frames per second. Video quality is pretty sharp and detailed for such a small camera, in my opinion. You have manual controls, although for a camera like this, I think the point of it is just for you to just point and shoot and not have to worry about exposure and manual control. So for the most part, I keep it in automatic for the stuff that I like to film. There's iLog. In my experience, sometimes if you wanted a little bit more flexibility and just color grading your footage out of this camera, you have that option with log. I'm able to quickly just go from camera to app, apply the log clip on the app on my phone, and export the video and post on social media, which makes this a very cool camera to use when you're out and about and on the go. I do like the film filters that they give you. They give you a slightly graded looking image straight out of the camera without it looking overly processed or gimmicky. This is what the audio sounds like. I opened my window just a tiny bit, and I am about an arm's length away from the camera. This is the built-in mic on this camera. So just to give you an idea, it's not too bad. You could probably post-process it and clean that audio a tiny bit. And yeah, this is just what the audio sounds like. Let me close the window, and this is what this sounds like just in the interior of a car without any wind. And this is what this sounds like with the Insta360 Mic Air right here. What's really cool is that once you pair it once, it just automatically connects to the camera. And as you can hear, the audio is probably a lot better than the built-in mic on this camera. All right, I got now the windows open, got some wind coming in. We're using the Insta360 Mic Air right here, and this is what this sounds like. Yeah, kind of windy, but just for you to get a sense of what the audio is like. You can access different settings here. There's voice controls, gesture controls, and a bunch of other settings. When you swipe up, you're able to adjust whether you want HDR on, stabilization, the aspect ratio of your video, duration, the resolution, as well as the frame rate. One thing to keep in mind is that high frame rates are not supported in log. So anything above 30 is not supported if you're shooting in log. On the screen, you're able to adjust the field of view. There's D-Warp, Ultra, Mega View, Action View. You have here access to quick settings as well. So you can shoot photos, interval photos, burst photos, star lapses, slow motion, loop recording, time lapse, time shift, toddler tighten, which is a really interesting thing if you have kids. Something like that, you mount it to the top of the hat and you're able to get that kind of look. Free frame video, pure video, which is for low light situations, a ton of different modes, and for a ton of very different and versatile shooting scenarios. If you swipe from the right, you're able to access auto or manual modes, as well as turn on log, and as well the different kinds of video filters available to you. The camera lasts about 70 minutes without the action pod and 200 minutes in it, which is very impressive considering the size of this camera. And if you have a fast portable charger, you're able to charge this camera from 0 to 80% in just about 10 minutes. This has a micro SD card slot and not an internal memory that previous versions of the Insta360 GO series included. And that could be a good thing or a bad thing depending on how you look at it. With an internal memory, you don't have to worry about forgetting or not having a memory card handy. But once you run out of space, you either have to transfer all your photos and footage to a computer or another external hard drive before you continue shooting. With a removable micro SD card slot, you're able to add in a micro SD card with a size of your liking and swap those cards as you fill them up. The drawback of that though is that, as you probably know, the prices of memory have just skyrocketed. So yeah. There are a ton of ways you're able to mount this camera. The one thing that I would say that I would have liked they included was the 1/4 20-inch thread, so you're able to just screw this to a tripod or anything like that. So the action pod doesn't have it and the standalone camera does not have that thread hole. Instead, it has its own proprietary mount, which is featured here in the back or on the side here for the mount for the standalone camera. So that means that you have to get mounting options that are made specifically for this camera and not just any regular tripod or regular monopod or anything like that. If you wanted to attach this camera to a regular tripod, you would have to get something like this, which is their suction mount. This includes this, which allows you to mount the camera to this with their proprietary mount here. And from here, you're able to detach the suction cup section of this. And now you get access to 1/4 20-inch thread, and you're able to attach this to a plate of a tripod. So a minor inconvenience, but I do wish that they had included this directly in the body of this camera, but I guess it's too small for them to drill a little hole in there, I guess. One of my favorite mounting options so far with this is surprisingly not the suction cup, but I really enjoyed this, especially for POV shots. For example, if I'm using a gimbal or taking a photo, this is great for that. I'm able to just wear this like so and attach the standalone camera here, and I'm able to adjust this angle a tiny bit and give you a POV view of whatever I'm doing. There's also this, so this extends out so, like a selfie stick, and it has an built-in tripod legs here. There are also a ton of other accessories and mounting options depending on the type of action sports that you do, if you're biking or snowboarding and stuff like that. So I'll be leaving links in the description below so you can check out all those different mounting accessories. This is not a replacement for a 360 camera. It's a great little camera for vlogging though, for action sports and just daily life, or when you don't want to carry your big camera around. It's definitely more versatile than a phone in my opinion because of its size. You're able to mount it in different spots and get interesting shots. You can pair this with a variety of mounting options, which makes this even more versatile. If you have the Insta360 GO 3S, you probably could skip this one, but otherwise this is definitely a solid choice if you want a tiny action sports camera that could also double up as a vlogging camera and as a put in interesting spots and see what cool shots you can get camera. So anyways, that's it for today's video. If you're still around, here are a couple more videos you could watch next, and I'll see you there.